Yo, it is June 25 of 2026, day 310 of the Bible recap today. That's 55 left. Wow, that's bittersweet. We dove into Matthew 23 and Luke 20 and 21. Matthew 23, huge theme with those 7 woes towards the Pharisees. Everybody kind of is familiar with those, doesn't really know them super deep, I feel like, though. Really interesting stuff that was nailed down on the Pharisees, and stuff for the people to look for, but not to look for and imitate, of course, to do the exact opposite, to not be like them in that way. And I think all of them are still prevalent today. I think they're all very, very real, very true. That was really all I got in Matthew. Luke, chapter 20. Again, pretty big theme of watching out for the scribes, kind of in general, the scribes of the Pharisees as well, and the Sadducees, and all the teachers, really, and what they were doing. But it was specifically there, it was watching out for how they seek only the praise of men in their prayer, in their worship, in their giving, in their teaching and everything. It's all for kind of the admiration of men. And that's not the way. We know that's not the way. We're not to pray openly and pray loud and pray with these big words. What do we call that? Christianese, right? Like praying with these words to make us seem better than others who might not be as mature in faith as we are. Not even just mature in faith, but mature in spirituality, really. But yeah, that's a huge theme in chapter 20. And then in 21, verse 8, which is, let me just find that. It was in, like the taking heed not to be deceived. For many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and the time is drawn near, but do not go after them. That's a call to, beware of the false teachers, beware of those who will try to imitate Christ and say they are Christ. They're not. And not only that, we also see a further call in verse 34, to be prepared, to be given in prayer always. I said to not be, quote, that person that we want to be tomorrow, but to daily be ready for Christ and his second advent. So not to slack in any way, but to be ready for that time, to be ready in prayer, to be ready in forgiveness, to forgive always, forgive quick, right? And just all in all, to be ready. And verse 13 actually also came up with a call to be ready always in giving our testimony. And this was more, verse 13. Yeah, so that was more for persecution's sake. In the end times, there's going to be persecution that's going to be very prevalent. We know that. We see that in the scriptures. That's no lie. So that, in verse 13, that's more of a call to be ready in testimony for persecution, not to be ready for the second advent, of course. But I kind of related that to 1 Peter 3:15, which let me find that. Really, really great verse to hold on to, and to actually apply, right? See it here. Sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and always be ready to give a defense to everyone who asks you a reason for the hope that is in you, with meekness as well as fear. A defense, a testimony. I've always seen it as a defense for why we have the hope we have, right? So I kind of related to that. Call to be ready in testimony for persecution, but not only that, why? Why do you even have a testimony in the first place, right? Because we have hope. So 1 Peter 3:15 fits pretty well in there. But yeah, that's Luke. A lot of the other bigger head notes in Luke today was stuff we've already read about. So not that I skip over it, of course. Just I'm not repeating applications, right? So yeah, that's that. Today was a good day. Finished VBS is day 4 of VBS, so it's a vibe. It's good times, man. This is the first year at VBS in our new church, Bethel. So it's really cool. How they do everything. And I was in 5th grade, so absolute vibes. Hyper kids, but it's fun. So yeah, and that's that. See you tomorrow.